Well, hello there, and good evening, YouTube. I'm William Brantley, reporting from South Jackson, Tennessee, and ready to share with you today's climate summary and give you a forecast for the next few days momentarily. It turned out to be a very beautiful Wednesday, March the 13th, 2019. It's not Friday the 13th, it's Wednesday the 13th. Had a beautiful day. It's supposed to have gotten around 74 degrees or so, but not a whole lot of sunshine. It turned out that the skies cleared up in the afternoon a little bit, enough to raise the temperatures up a little bit above expected. That's what I call a positive bonus day. We have plenty of negative ones too, when it's colder than what it's supposed to be. But today was one of the good ones. We do have some thunderstorms to our west, mainly over in Arkansas, but it's going to be closer to midnight before it makes it here to the Jackson area, and a little sooner than that if you live along the Mississippi River near Arkansas border or West Tennessee side. But more on that when I show you the radar here in just a moment. Alright, let's look at the climate data first for today. As of 5 p.m., the skies were cloudy then and still are, or is, and the temperature would be 72 degrees at 5 o'clock. Boy, wasn't that nice at about that time. As of 7:28 p.m., it's down to 70 degrees, so it's still nice out there. It's not too often we get to talk about temperatures in the lower 70s at this time of the evening. But since we're all slowly approaching spring, maybe it won't be too much longer before that becomes routine temperature or thereabouts. Won't that be nice? Alright, we see the other conditions. 49 degrees was the low this morning. Today's high here in Bemis was 77 degrees. Whew. Boy, that felt good. Almost 80 degrees today here in Bemis. 77 degrees. That was not a record hottest high, by the way, which happens to be 85 degrees in 1967. But it still felt terrific anyways. No rain, of course, has fallen since midnight so far. The lowest humidity today would be 55%. That occurred at 12 and 1 p.m. The highest would be 67%. That occurred at 1 and 2 a.m. The lowest dew point temperature would be 43 degrees, and that occurred at 2 through 5 a.m., while the highest was 58 degrees, and that occurred at 5 p.m. Lowest barometric pressure would be 29.84 inches since midnight, and that occurred at 5 p.m. The highest would be 30.12, and that occurred at 12 a.m. Alright, the highest wind gust today, got pretty strong today. 40 mile per hour wind gust at the Jackson, Tennessee airport out of the south at about 2:45 p.m. is when that occurred. And speaking of that, the wind advisory that was issued for today that was going to be expired at 10 p.m. has been extended till 7 p.m. tomorrow evening. So now all of West Tennessee is under a wind advisory from now until 7 p.m. tomorrow evening, Thursday, March the 14th, for a continuous wind gust of up near 40 miles per hour or higher from now till then. So it's going to be a windy night and a windy day tomorrow. Most of the day, windy day both times. And we kind of got stuck in it now. Let me see if I can find a map for that real quick. I can show it to you. Covers all of West Tennessee. Let me go ahead and show you that map right quick like. That's this area in brown. Just about most of Mississippi, all of West Tennessee, and a good part of Arkansas and our surrounding neighbors. Pretty good area. Let me see how widespread that wind advisory is. I have to click on this one to get to that. It'd be a pretty wide area, I know that. Alright, let me see. A pretty good area. Extends all the way down to the Gulf of Mexico. Yeah, that's a pretty good area of coverage there. And there you see the other advisories around the area. Extends all the way over in East Tennessee, about near it. Good chunk of Mississippi. A good part of Kentucky. And there you see the area. All the way down into Louisiana. And there you see the other various warnings and advisories around the country, and all for this evening. Alright, didn't mean to get off on that too early, but I'm sure you would want to see that. Now let me get back to something else. I haven't get to the local one. Let me go jump onto the radar. I'll show you that one just momentarily. I think I gave you everything but the records. Let me go ahead and get that given to you, and then I'll go to the radar. Records for March the 13th. Hottest high, like I mentioned, would be 85 degrees in 1967. Coldest high would be 31 degrees in 1951. The warmest low would be 66 degrees in 1967, while the coldest low would be 20 in 1969. Today's rainfall record, 1.45 inches, and that happened in 1978, while the snowfall record would be a trace, and that happened in 1951, 1971, and 1993. Alright, that's the basic climate summary for the evening. Now let me show you the other graphs and take it from there. The rain is approaching Memphis now, but it'll be almost at least 11 o'clock toward midnight or before it's going to make it all the way to Jackson. It's pretty heavy. There's some warnings down around the Helena, Arkansas area of Arkansas. And they're moving toward Memphis. But it's still going to be a little ways, a little time before those storms over here work their way into the Jackson area. So most of the evening, this evening for us here in Jackson, we're going to be okay till around 11 o'clock, or not tonight, 11 to 12 o'clock. And then from there on until probably to midday tomorrow afternoon, roughly 2 or 3 o'clock tomorrow afternoon, we'll have a chance for some scattered showers and thunderstorms. A few of them could be or become severe. We are under a slight risk of severe thunderstorms in our area for tonight and tomorrow, but the severe threat is only slight at this time. It was enhanced, but they downgraded it to a slight chance, which really enhanced is slightly greater than slight chance anyways, without getting too confusing there. But we do have a slight chance for some severe weather later on tonight, on into tomorrow morning primarily. But the severe weather should end toward mid-afternoon tomorrow afternoon. Alright, that's kind of a little hint on the forecast there. Give you an idea. It looks like these storms are almost moving northeast. There are some indications that these storms might actually go by to Jackson's north, just barely miss us. There are some computer models predicting that, but I don't want to risk it as close as it might be getting. But with them coming in after midnight, that alone may be not enough to calm them down a little bit. But the risk is there regardless of what computer model you may go by. Hopefully it won't get too much worse than kind of thinking right now. Alright, that's the radar as of right now. Let's move on to the satellite picture and show you that we got, of course, the clouds moving in from Arkansas into West Tennessee. As you can see, moving on. Parts of East Tennessee is fairly clear at the moment over toward Knoxville. That was part of our fair skies we got early in the afternoon, earlier around 1, 2 o'clock p.m. time frame. We're cleared up here and warmed up pretty dramatically. As you can see, the skies are clear in western Arkansas too. And we'll probably pick up a little bit of that tomorrow. It'll probably be very cloudy again tomorrow like it was today. I'll go ahead and let you see the whole part of the southeast country while I'm scanning around here. Florida's in good shape down there tonight. Tennessee's not too bad, even though Arkansas is where most of the thunderstorms are occurring near the Mississippi River, slowly entering into West Tennessee, of course. Alright, let's look at 2 maps tonight. One of them, I've already showed you that one. There's a wind advisory. Let me show you the Weather Service's surface map for tonight, if it'll come up. There it is. Don't give me a little trouble. I'll show it to you. Then I'll show you the other ones. This is the Weather Service's map for the threat of severe weather tonight and flash flooding kind of in the same area. There you see where it's at. Pretty good snow there in the northern plains states. And there's the threat of severe weather and flash flooding in western and middle Tennessee. Tomorrow morning, it's still there. It moves a little to the east of us by tomorrow morning. Mainly eastern West Tennessee and middle Tennessee. The flooding does decrease, but the threat of severe weather is still there. And then that moves on by Friday to where there's no threat of either one by Friday morning, according to the National Weather Service. Alright, that's their maps for the evening. Now let me show you the Weather Channel's maps. The surface map for this evening, according to the Weather Channel, has, there you see the cold front there, approaching West Tennessee, warm fronts to our east, barely, but it's still to our east, and there you see the area of thunderstorms, and where it's raining and where it's snowing, way up in the Dakotas. It's snowing pretty heavy up there, and really that's really the main precipitation for the whole country this evening, right in that area right there. Alright, let's look at, that's the current surface map. Let's look at tomorrow's weather map. That would be tomorrow morning for starts. Looks like the cold front, it still hasn't moved through just yet. It looks like the warm front is still just a few miles to east of us from where it's at now, actually. Now we've got 2 cold fronts heading towards, one right along the Mississippi River tomorrow morning and one out on the west side of Arkansas. Now 2 of them are going to try to move through. There you see where the action is in the country, and it's concentrated right in that area, looks like. Alright, that's tomorrow morning again. You can tell it's really not all that dark green, it's lighter green over our area, which may be a clue that it may not be all that intense. After all, maybe. Of course, that's subject to change, as you well know. Tomorrow midday, the second cold front's getting ready to move into West Tennessee along the Mississippi River by then. The first one has finally moved through and is along the Tennessee River by midday tomorrow. There you see where the rain and the snow is and where it's expected. In other parts of the country, there's not a whole lot going on. It's mainly over in our section. Alright, by tomorrow night, Thursday night, cold front by then, tomorrow evening, which really probably going to move through toward about 4 o'clock tomorrow afternoon, late tomorrow afternoon. It looks like the second cold front's going to be along the Tennessee River by then. The first one's going to be just east of Nashville by then. And there you see the rain and where it's expected to be, and other types of precipitation around the area. Not much going on other than that, though, across the whole nation. Again, this is for Thursday evening, tomorrow evening. Alright, now let's look at the detailed forecast for here in West Tennessee and the Jackson area. A little bit more Pacific. Of course, for tonight, it's going to be, mostly cloudy now. There's going to be a 90% chance of those thunderstorms that we was looking at on the radar just a moment ago, making it toward the Jackson, Tennessee area by around midnight or before midnight. We get that on to change that color. I don't know why it takes my glasses to do that. The wind's going to be continuing out of the south at about 20 to 40 miles per hour. And like I said, the wind advisory is now valid until about 7 p.m. tomorrow evening. It's going to be, the sun sets tonight, by the way. The sun sets tonight at 7 o'clock. Not long ago, it already did. The moon will be setting at 12:51 a.m. tomorrow morning. It's going to be mostly cloudy tomorrow with an 80% chance of more showers and thunderstorms till about noon, and actually possibly on to around 2 or 3 o'clock. Then it's just going to be mostly cloudy till sunset or thereabouts, and then become fair. Low of 63 tomorrow morning, high tomorrow about 72, and it's going to be windy part of the day. South winds at 20, gusting to 40 miles per hour, becoming southerly at about 10 to 20 miles per hour by sunset tomorrow night. Alright, the first quarter moon is going to be complete tomorrow evening as well. And it rises at 12 p.m. tomorrow afternoon and sets at 1:53 a.m. Friday morning. Alright, speaking of Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, and Monday, and Tuesday, looks like it's going to be fair skies each of those days. Nice weather. Now, temperature's not too bad. A little cooler, but not too terrible. Friday morning's low, 41, high of 50, west winds of 15 to 25, low of 31, and a high of 53 on Saturday, with north winds of 10 to 20, low of 31 and 57 for a high on Sunday, with west winds of 10 to 20, 35 for a low and a high of 58 on Monday, March the 10th, with north winds of 10 to 20. Next Tuesday, the 19th of March, low of 37 and a high of 61, with north winds of 10 to 20 miles per hour. And it's going to be, now it appears like to be a 50% chance for a few showers next Wednesday, March the 20th, which begins spring at about 4:58 p.m., around 5 p.m. There is a chance for rain on that day now. That may change between now and then, since it is a few days out. Low of 42, high of 58, with north winds of 10 to 20 miles per hour. Next Wednesday, the 20th, the first day of spring, or a partial day of spring, I might call it. The moon is also full, completely full, on the 20th. That's kind of two big events for March the 20th. And then the sky's going to clear back out for next Thursday and Friday of next week, with temperatures not too bad, 41 and 60 for low and high next Thursday, and 40 and 62 for low and high next Friday, March 22nd. Alright, that's the next 9 days for you. Again, mostly cloudy tonight with scattered showers and thunderstorms possible around midnight here, a little bit before midnight. They may become severe overnight, but there's just as good of a chance, though, of them kind of dying down and easing up after midnight. That's what I'm hoping to happen. Otherwise, be cautious just in case. And if there's any watches or warnings issued, I'll do my best to get those posted on my group page, Facebook group page, and my Twitter pages, if and when that happens. Alrighty, let me see. Take one more look at that radar. Yeah, it's still coming in, but it's taking its time. Let me get a little closer view here. Let me give you whoops, wrong direction. One more time. Give you an idea of how close it is. It's slowly moving into West Tennessee. Let me give you another quick look at it before I close the video. It's just west of Memphis, but it is taking its time moving into Memphis. Way over here, we're in Jackson. We're a good little ways away, and the storms are way over here, slowly approaching Jackson. It'll be about another 3 or 4 hours roughly before it makes it here. Should make it here roughly around midnight. Alrighty, and then on and off throughout the day tomorrow, and then finally in tomorrow afternoon around 2 or 3 o'clock, if everything goes according to schedule. You know how that can be sometimes. Well, alrighty, but good night. That's it for now. Thank you for watching and viewing and subscribing, and thank you for your kind comments. And I guess we'll talk to you again tomorrow night. Until then, may God bless you.